The question behind the cosmos. What if the universe isn't just made of matter and energy, but also of mathematics? Sounds strange? Maybe even divine. Today we're diving into a provocative question. Is God a mathematician? No, we're not talking about religion or theology. We're talking about a mystery that has baffled scientists and philosophers for centuries. Why does the universe seem to follow mathematical laws so perfectly? This question inspired astrophysicist Mario Livio to write his book, Is God a Mathematician? And in this video, we're going to explore the fascinating world where numbers, nature, and the notion of God collide. Whether you're a believer, a skeptic, or somewhere in between, one thing is undeniable. Math seems to be deeply woven into the very fabric of reality. But why? The universe speaks in numbers, from the spiral of a galaxy to the shape of a seashell, from the orbit of planets to the veins in a leaf. One thing connects them all: mathematics. The Fibonacci sequence shows up in sunflowers. The golden ratio appears in art, architecture, even in the proportions of our bodies. Pi, a seemingly abstract number, defines the relationship of circles found in atoms, wheels, and planets. It's almost as if the universe was written in a mathematical code. But here's the strange part. We didn't invent these patterns. We discovered them. So that leads to a much deeper question. Did math create the universe? Or is math just our way of describing it? Did we create math or just find it? Think about this. Did humans invent math, like we invented language and writing? Or did we just uncover it, like archaeologists brushing dust off a fossil that was always there? Pythagoras believed that numbers were the ultimate reality, that math didn't just describe the world, it was the world. And yet, if aliens existed on the other side of the galaxy, would they understand math the same way we do? Would they also use pi? Would they see the golden ratio in their biology? If the answer is yes, then math isn't just a human invention. It's a language built into the fabric of reality itself. Fibonacci, nature's signature. Now, take a sunflower. Count its spirals, clockwise and counterclockwise. Almost always, you'll get two numbers in the Fibonacci sequence, 21 and 34. This isn't just a coincidence. Pine cones, pineapples, nautilus shells, even the way hurricanes spin, all echo these numbers. The Fibonacci sequence starts with 0 and 1. Then each number is the sum of the two before it. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, and so on. But why does nature use it? Is it efficiency, beauty, or is it the signature of something deeper, something or someone writing code into the natural world? The golden ratio, nature's hidden geometry. Connected to Fibonacci is the golden ratio, approximately 1.618. Mathematicians call it phi. This ratio shows up when you divide one Fibonacci number by the one before it, like 34 divided by 21.
But here's the stunning part. It's found everywhere. In the spiral of galaxies, in the proportions of the Parthenon, in seashells, even in your own body, your arms, your face, your DNA. It's as if the universe favors this number, as if it's built into reality's architecture. But did nature choose this ratio? Or was it chosen for nature?
The spiral signature of life. Look at a sunflower. The seeds spiral outward, left and right, following Fibonacci numbers. The same is true in pine cones, hurricanes, even spiral galaxies. These aren't just patterns, they're mathematical signatures. In mathematics, we call this the logarithmic spiral, and it follows the golden ratio. But who encoded these spirals into nature? Did life evolve to fit math, or was math already baked into the fabric of the universe, waiting to be discovered? Could this be the handwriting of something greater? Golden ratio, nature's hidden blueprint. The golden ratio, approximately 1.618, shows up everywhere. It appears in the proportions of the human face, in the spiral of a nautilus shell, in the branching of trees, and even in the architecture of ancient temples. Artists and architects have used it for centuries to create beauty that feels natural. But why does this number keep showing up? Is it because nature seeks efficiency, or is there a deeper mathematical harmony that guides the growth of life itself? If beauty and balance are mathematical, what does that say about the origin of the universe? Fibonacci sequence, the growth code. You've likely seen this pattern before. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. It's called the Fibonacci sequence. Each number is the sum of the two before it. But this isn't just a mathematical curiosity. It's embedded in sunflower seeds, pine cones, pineapples, and even galaxies. The number of petals in many flowers follows it. Why would plants grow this way? Because the Fibonacci pattern allows for the most efficient packing and sunlight exposure. It's nature optimizing itself through numbers, almost as if something or someone programmed it that way. Golden ratio, nature's divine proportion. Closely tied to the Fibonacci sequence is the golden ratio, represented by the Greek letter phi, approximately 1.618 ... When you divide consecutive Fibonacci numbers, they approach this ratio. But here's what's truly stunning. This ratio appears everywhere. In the spiral of a nautilus shell, the curve of ocean waves, the pattern of hurricanes, and even the arms of galaxies. It shows up in the human body. The ratio of your forearm to your hand, your face, even your DNA. To some, it's just coincidence. To others, it's a fingerprint, a whisper of divine architecture. The architecture of the universe. Step back, and the pattern doesn't fade, it scales up. Spiral galaxies
follow the same geometric principles as sunflower seeds. The structure of hurricanes mirror the swirl of distant galaxies. Even the distribution of dark matter in the cosmos forms web-like patterns resembling neuron networks in the human brain. Isn't that uncanny? That the universe, at its grandest and smallest scales, echoes the same geometry. If these patterns are written into the very code of reality, then we must ask, is mathematics simply describing the universe, or was the universe built from it? Math as the DNA of reality. Imagine if math isn't just our tool to understand the world, but the very language the universe is written in. Like DNA encodes life, could equations encode existence? Maxwell's equations predict light. Schrödinger's equation governs quantum particles. Einstein's field equations bend space and time. These aren't just formulas. They're blueprints etched into the bones of the cosmos. So what does that mean? That before the Big Bang, there was already structure? That the laws of math existed even when nothing else did? Could this mean the universe was destined to be, not by chance, but by design? The mystery of mathematical existence. But here's the haunting question. Where did mathematics come from? Did we invent it? Just clever symbols on paper? Or did we discover it, like explorers stumbling upon eternal truths hidden in the fabric of the universe? Why does a prime number behave the same on Earth as it would a billion light years away? Why do fractals appear in galaxies, snowflakes, and broccoli? Why do equations whisper secrets about black holes, quantum foam, or the beginning of time, long before we observe them in reality? Either we're absurdly lucky guessers, or math is not just a tool. It's a window into something bigger than us. But it's so. What is on the other side of that window? Is God a mathematician? If the universe runs on math, and if these equations existed before humans did, then who wrote them? Who decided that gravity follows an inverse square law? That light moves at a constant speed? That energy equals mass times the speed of light squared? Were these laws waiting for a mind to notice them? The Nobel-winning physicist Eugene Wigner once asked, "Why is mathematics so unreasonably effective in the natural sciences? It's not just useful, it's uncannily precise." So precise that if one constant were off by a trillionth of a percent, life, galaxies, even atoms wouldn't exist. Is this the signature of a mind, a cosmic architect, a God who is not just a mathematician, but the mathematician? The divine blueprint? When ancient thinkers like Pythagoras claimed all is number, they weren't being poetic. They believed numbers were the fabric of reality, not just tools to measure it. Today, quantum physics echoes this same idea. Particles flicker into existence based on probability functions, mathematical patterns that predict behavior more accurately than anything else. But here's the twist. We don't create these patterns. We discover them, like explorers uncovering a map that was always there. And that map might be the language of a greater intelligence, a divine code etched not in stone, but in math. And if that's true, then perhaps the universe isn't a chaotic accident, but a carefully written symphony composed by a mind fluent in numbers. Is God a mathematician? So, is God a mathematician? Maybe not in the way we picture, a divine being scribbling equations on some celestial chalkboard, but the fingerprints of something greater, something timeless, logical, and beautiful, are all around us, in the spirals of galaxies, and the rhythm of our heartbeat, and the silent precision of atoms. Mathematics seems to whisper that this universe isn't just happening, it's designed, not by chance, but by principle. And if math truly is the language of the universe, then every equation we solve, every pattern we decode, brings us one step closer to understanding the mind that wrote it. Perhaps God doesn't speak in thunder, but in numbers.